We know the race is not to the swift, nor the battle to the strong. Do you not think an angel rides in the whirlwind and directs this storm? This work continues. The story goes on. And an angel still rides in the whirlwind and directs this storm. God bless you all, and God bless America.
Hey YouTube world, Harvest is Plenty. Thanks for stopping by to check out the video. So I received text messages and phone calls about the attack on Iran. I took a look at it, the news cycle. I wasn't shocked. As Bush said, the great work continues. And there's an angel in the whirlwind that directs this storm. Here's a president of the United States, Junior. He comes in and during his inauguration address, he says, the great work continues. And do you not know that there's an angel in the whirlwind that directs this storm? He pretty much told the entire world, for people who got it and understood what he was saying, that there's a fallen angel that's controlling everything. I mean, he said it with his own words in his own mouth. And it just went right over people's heads. One of the things that happened when Bush came in, talking about Junior, is they flipped the stars on their logo, on a Republican logo, and they inverted them to let you know it was getting ready to begin. I did a video about that. I'm going to link it below. Please make sure you watch it. If you watched it before, watch it again. A lot of people didn't watch the video because it's talking about the Republican Party. I'm not a Democrat, so I'm not bashing the Republican Party because I'm a Democrat. I don't choose sides. I did a video called Presidential Relay showing both Democratic presidents and Republican presidents all calling for world order. They're just two wings on the same New World Order bird. But they reversed the pentagram, had it pointing below, letting you know that they was getting ready to do the work to prepare the world to receive in the beast system. See, the Islamic world was not hooked up to the beast system as of yet. And so, under the guise of terrorism, that was their pretext. Let's go in and invade these countries. They're hoarding terrorists, or they're a nation of terrorism, and we're trying to spread democracy around the world. Remember, that's what every president said. We're trying to spread democracy around the world. Democracy is code word for the New World Order. So basically, they're trying to get every nation hooked up and prepared to, accept the beast and the Antichrist that's coming. Remember the regions, region 1, region 2 is going to be 10 regions. I did a video about that. And every region has to prepare, because out of these 10 regions, 7 are going they're going to turn their things over to the beast. All 10 go turn their power over to the beast. The beast is going to destroy tents. In the book of Revelations, I did a video about that as well. And so they're just getting everything ready. And that's why regime change is needed in Iran. When you look at the phoenix bird here, it says e pluribus unum. Out of one, many, or many out of one, however you want to state it. But this is dealing with the book of Genesis as they were building the Tower of Babel. The people there were of one mind. They were of one language. There was only one nation. They were under the power and sway of their king, Nimrod, and his father Cush. And of course, they were the first pharaonic kings of Egypt as well. And that's another video for another time. But when you study Manetho's kings list and the Egyptians, pharaonic dynasty and all of those things, you'll see the first pharaohs was Cush and Nimrod. But anyway, let me not get off track. God came and scattered the languages, produced many different languages and many different nations. They're trying to reverse God's judgment at Babel and bring everything back together under one. Nimrod, his father Cush, and their Masons that were there was all under the guidance and alliance with the fallen angels, because they came back after the flood as well. And it's the same thing today. They're just trying to finish what they initially started in Babylon. And they're going to finish it. That's why in the book of Revelations it talks about Babylon, not Egypt. Because Egypt was not the beginning or the foundation. Babylon was. Started with Babylon and ends with Babylon. But when you look at this phoenix bird, it's looking towards the right wing. I didn't create the seals on the back of the dollar bill. And it's on the back of the $1 bill because it's about a one world government, a one world order, going back to the Bible at Babel or at Babylon, where it was one language, one people, one group, one nation, one tongue, all of these things. And that's why all the symbols are on the back of the $1 bill, but it's looking toward the right wing. And it's telling you that it'll be a right-wing administration that gets the job done and finishes it. So every time a Republican president takes office, he's going to advance the New World Order mightily under the guise of peace. He's going to make war. The olive branch represents peace. The arrow represents war. So when Trump said, Christians, I love you Christians, vote for me. I'm not Christian, but vote for me and I'll get it done in 4 years. It'll be all over. He's telling you that he's going to finish it. Put me in the game, coach. I'll finish it. Trump is going to finish it. It's going to take place under a Republican administration. That's why the phoenix bird looks towards the right wing. They coded it there for that purpose. If you understand the codes, you can clearly see that. And this stuff just goes right over the people's heads. General Wesley Clark told you when Bush came in that it was going to finish with Iran. So America needs a pretext for war. So they're probably going to kick some highly coordinated attack off in America, talking about sleeper cells and whatnot. And I did videos on sleeper cells, but I've also told you when I did the Operations Northwood video, is that, you know, everything's going to be orchestrated. I told you that a lot of people are probably going to die. I just hope and pray that it's none of you or your family or anybody that you love. I hope nobody dies. But these demons require bloodshed. They need to bring fear among the people. They need to bring anger among the people so the people could be galvanized to go into war. You know, we're not going to be looking at people inside of the American administration for doing these things. We're going to be looking at people in the Islamic world. That's what Abel Pike said. He needs the West to fight against these Muslim nations. And Christianity and Islam, he said, will be destroyed, and the Luciferian religion will come out. That's what Abel Pike said. World War III is necessary. I'll link that video below as well. And so just hope you guys are aware of what's going on. A lot of these talking heads on TV, they're lying to you. They're playing into the narrative because they are a part of the process themselves. I did a video called How They Trick You. It's called Operation Mockingbird. So it's one big agenda. And it's sad that a lot of people are falling for it, but it is what it is, I guess. I just hope you guys don't fall for it. You know, stand firm, stand in the gap, trust Christ, believe on Him, seek out His salvation and His blood. I love you guys. I'll be back with more content. May the good Lord continue to bless you and your family.
Right after 9/11, about 10 days after 9/11, I went through the Pentagon and I saw Secretary Rumsfeld and Deputy Secretary Wolfowitz. I went downstairs just to say hello to some of the people on the Joint Staff who had used to work for me. And one of the generals called me and he said, "Sir, you got to come in. You got to come in and talk to me a second." I said, "Well, you're too busy." He said, "No." He says, "We've made the decision. We're going to war with Iraq." This was on or about the 20th of September. I said, "We're going to war with Iraq. Why?" He said, "I don't know." He said, "I guess they don't know what else to do."
So I said, well, did they find some information connecting Saddam to al-Qaeda? He said, no. He says, there's nothing new that way. They just made the decision to go to war with Iraq. He said, I guess it's like we don't know what to do about terrorists, but we've got a good military and we can take down governments. And he said, I guess if the only tool you have is a hammer, every problem has to look like a nail. So I came back to see him a few weeks later, and by that time we were bombing in Afghanistan. I said, are we still going to war with Iraq? And he said, oh, it's worse than that. He said, he reached over on his desk, he picked up a piece of paper, and he said, I just got this down from upstairs, meaning the Secretary of Defense's office today, and he said, this is a memo that describes how we're going to take out 7 countries in 5 years, starting with Iraq and then Syria, Lebanon, Libya, Somalia, Sudan, and finishing off Iran. I said, is it classified? He said, yes, sir. I said, well, don't show it to me. And I saw him a year or so ago, and I said, you remember that? He said, sir, I didn't show you that memo. I didn't show it to you.
I'm sorry, what did you say his name was?
I'm not going to give you his name.
So go through the countries again?
Well, starting with Iraq, then Syria and Lebanon, then Libya, then Somalia and Sudan, and then back to Iran.